Hey guys, I just wanted to bring you a case study from a webinar that I shared with you guys the other day that Sharon Hayes had done on her accomplishment zone. And I thought it was an interesting case study from watching her develop the idea all the way through the execution. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to attend live and I have not had a chance to finish watching it. But I want to talk to you about how you can use your webinar both as a product that you sell as well as a sales platform or a pitch to get someone to the next step in the buying process with you or working closely with you. If you're not familiar with Sharon Hayes, she is a fantastic woman. She's done a lot of tremendous stuff. You can catch up with her on Facebook. If you ever need an agency to help you run Facebook ads, strategy, any of that kind of stuff, she is definitely the person that I send people to the most often. I will say that if you tell her I sent you, that she will, like buy me a cup of coffee or send me some money that I can spend on other tech goodies and all kinds of stuff. So feel free to do that. I don't mind at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk through kind of the whole process that she had, the whole from conception to execution. So I'm going to show you how she did a soft launch to her audience that she has on Facebook, as well as to probably on her list, though I didn't get an email from that. I may not be on that subsection of it. I'm going to show you what her registration page looked like, what her list sign up page looks like now, because she ran this as a short-term thing. We're going to go through the thank you and the OTO page, look at the emails that was sent. You can see I've kind of laid out the whole thing here too, right? It's not real complicated. Have an idea, test it out, get enough results, put up a webinar registration page, send them to a thank you and an OTO page. In case you're wondering, the flow looks like this. So it goes from here to here, here to here, and then you flow down through these. You get this, then you go to the webinar and the offer, and then if you buy it, you go to this. So it's not the most complicated thing in the world. If you've done any kind of webinar, you know what I'm talking about, right? It's the same kind of flow. She did do a Facebook retargeting ad, which I'll also show you like that in a couple emails. So the email was a welcome email thanking you for signing up. I won't go through the exact emails themselves, but just to kind of walk you through them. Right, when you sign up, it says, hey, thank you for registering for the webinar. Hey, by the way, if you would like this, here's how you can get permanent access to the webinar. So she did the live webinar free, but if you wanted the replay and a workbook, she made an offer, which I'm going to show you what those are because I thought it was a pretty neat idea, because then she can then later turn this into a paid product. And obviously the 1 hour reminder email, if you haven't bought it, you get a blank email, because I signed up with 2 email addresses to see what the email flows were. By the way, if you're ever going to be doing something like this where you're looking at somebody's funnel, that's the kind of things you want to look at. What do they do for people that have bought? What do they do for people that haven't bought? Understand those different flows and the mindsets that are people in. So if you haven't bought, then you get this one, right? You get the 1 hour reminder email that says, hey, we're getting ready to come. Right? She's already made you an offer. She's already sent you a pre-sale email where she gave you some of her backstory and made you a pitch on it. This is just, hey, show up for the thing, right? If you have bought, it's, hey, here's a link to your workbook that you can get that we're going to be using when we go through it to get the most. The Facebook retargeting ad is pretty simple, and then the hey, we're starting ad. And then the webinar, and then the offer. So here's what the soft launch looks like. If you're friends with her on Facebook, you may have seen it. Just, would you be interested in attending a free live training on productivity, goal setting, and basically how to get more stuff done while having more free time, right? So then she goes through her backstory. A couple of really nice things about this. One is she's got some professional photography there. She looks really good on it. The one thing I will say that I would probably change is this part, the accomplishment zone. Tends to fade into that marble background. Maybe put a border around it or a white background to make it pop and a little bit better. That would be the one suggestion to try and make it better. But you can see here she got 152 comments. A good bit of those were her responding back to them, so probably a third to a half were her responding back to people that were interested. 37 people either liked it or gave it a heart. So there was some interest of people saying, hey, I would love to see something like that. 4 people even shared it. So that's one quick way. If you've got an idea that you want to test it out, if you're in a Facebook group that you own, that you have access to, you can put it out there for that. Do it on your personal profile. You can even run some cheap ads to it. I mean, you don't have to do anything fancy, but target a market and just say, hey, would you like to come to a free training? I'm considering doing this. If you would, click like or do a comment like I'm in or interested or something like that. And if you do it with a Facebook ad, you can even hook up a bot to respond to it, right? So as people come in, you can capture their emails, that kind of thing. You can respond to them when it's done, so it gives you another way to connect and do it. So here's the full text, kind of that's doing it. Here's the backstory. She shared a lot. She's got 20 to 25 people asking her how she can do it. She does get a tremendous amount of stuff done while traveling all the time. You can see here, this section, she's selling the dream, right? I've got a pretty sweet system. Lets me do more in a year than most people do in a decade. And I take a ton of time off. Traveled 100,000 miles last year. Took almost 8 months off of work in 2017. For most people, that means, you know, they're not making any money, but her system allows her to do it. And then comment below if you're interested. It is free. Notice she's even already pre-selling the fact that the live one's free, but if you're going to miss, you can buy it. And it's not expensive. So, and then she edits it to give the registration page of Accomplishment Zone. Very clean landing page. Again, the only thing that I would think could improve this is that gray background on this text here. It does not pop. It's hard to read. As people get older, their eyes and the ability to differentiate contrast between words and background. Now, obviously, she was doing this as a test. If she was split testing, I'm sure these are things that she would look at. But those are things to consider when you're doing it, right? Who's your target market? What are some of the difficulties that they may have? If vision is one of them, and it's been proven quite a bit that reading black text, even on a colored background, is difficult and can lower your conversion rates compared to a white background. So that would be one thing to test, is putting this kind of a block here, or maybe like a sign, making it look like a, you know, a sign that's got a white background, to make that a little clearer and cleaner to make it pop. She's got some nice bullet points. Reserve my seat. She's got the countdown. She's using Zoom, which we'll talk about a little bit later. So she's limited to 100 spots live, so it's real. There's no fake scarcity there going on. Just if you want to sign up, come do it. And then it continues on. Create the life of your dreams. Reduce overwhelm. Get more done. You know, just some solid copy bullets, but not a tremendous amount of copy. I mean, you think about it. This page has not got a lot of copy. So here's all the copy she's written so far. This, are you interested? This, hey, here's some stuff you're going to get. By the way, if you click this or you click this button down here at the bottom, either one of those will pop you up and take you to the sign-in form. Then down here at the bottom, privacy policy and terms of service. If you're ever going to run a page where you're running ads or anything else to it, you want to have your legal documentation down pat. Those kinds of things matter a lot. Facebook will not let you run ads to things that don't have those kinds of things. So again, if you're ever considering doing this, Sharon's a great team, got a great team that does this kind of stuff. So when you click those links, nice, clean, simple sign up, right? First name, email address, count me in, and then you get added to her email autoresponder so she can follow up on you. Then thank you page and OTO. For those not familiar, OTO is a one-time offer. Wait before you go. You know, it's like, hey, stop. Believe it or not, those kinds of statements have been proven to cause people to stop. We may think, oh, I'm better than that. Psychologically, that wouldn't affect me, but it does. The vast majority of people. And then it's get unlimited access to my masterclass and get the workbook. Again, the only thing is this gray background to me causes it to be a little bit more difficult to read. I'm a big fan of making it not only clean but easily readable. If you look here, just contrasting this and this, what you can see, this is significantly easier to read than this. So that would be the only thing I would look at and let you know. In the black up here, she also says you're going to receive an email that lets you know exactly what to do. And then down at the bottom of it, it's, hey, here's the workbook as an extra incentive. If you buy the replay access, we're going to give you this complimentary workbook, phenomenal complimentary workbook, nice words, that's got some exercises to go through, and it's also going to help you be able to do it. It's a limited time, but once you get it, you can watch it as much as possible. Then it's nice, clean, get your unlimited replay access. And then if you're attending live, she says, go ahead and get it anyway, because the purchase of the book, the workbook, is worth the money. And it's only 27 bucks. So honestly, I thought it was one of those no-brainer kind of offers as well. So once you click it and say, yes, I want to get it, she's using ThriveCart to check out. And we'll talk about our tech stack at the very end of this that you can walk through. ThriveCart currently has a limited lifetime offer that if you buy it now, you're never going to have to pay any monthly fees. It is a rock solid cart platform. It is not what you would typically think of like a shopping cart, where you can add in a bunch of items and then check out like you might at Amazon or someplace like that, but it's more designed as a funnel checkout. So like if you buy this, you can be presented with upsells, downsells. It handles subscriptions and cancellations and dunning for you. It's also got a built-in affiliate program, lets you do coupons. So there's two nice things here. One is she's got this countdown. Hey, this special is only available in this case for an hour and 5 minutes. I waited till like almost the last minute before realizing I wasn't going to be able to come and picking it up. And then the second one is a coupon spot where it's got special in here, right? Now, if you go delete that special out, this price did change. I checked it out. The $70 discount goes away. This price goes to $97. So she's already got a product set up in ThriveCart that later on she can go through and with only minor modifications be able to roll out. So that's one thing when you do testing as well, or when you develop products like this, you want to be thinking through is, what do I need to do to be able to go from small test to scaling this up? Now, if you have to redo everything, chances are it's going to be very difficult, right? You're not going to be able to run these tests fast enough or do things. With this one, she can go in and just hide that coupon, because if you've got a blank coupon field, it can lower retention conversions, because people are going to go look for a coupon. Right now, if you want to, you can put coupons out there and you can seed them on coupon sites and do other things like that to help drive some traffic back to it, but you can also hide it. In this case, it was hooked right in, so when you clicked on the link, it automatically took it to you and you were automatically in. So again, ThriveCart is a phenomenal one, and I'll give you a link to it because they don't have an open purchase. You have to go through an affiliate, and I am an affiliate, so I will give you mine. So then, make sure I didn't skip anything. Okay, so emails, right? Congratulations, you're in. That's kind of the standard one. You can see here where I signed up twice, right? One on May 14th and one just an hour before it happened to go, because I wanted to see if there was a different flow in what you got. If you signed up early, like the day before, you got something very personal that I wanted to share. So she gives you her backstory. This email probably had the most copy in it. It gives you her story if you're already not connected with her on Facebook. I did a really good job of selling who she is. Because again, if you aren't really connected to somebody or don't have a close relationship or even a familiarity with them, you've got to do some pre-selling to who you are. And at the very end of it, she said, by the way, you can still get access to this and buy it. Then there's the, hey, we're going to see you in an hour. You can see both accounts got that one. And then this two came from ThriveCart. One is, hey, here's your purchase invoice. The second one is, here's the link and instructions on how to get it. And then again, we're getting ready to start, right? It started at 8 o'clock, so I got these at 7:56. Both accounts got them. So pretty simple, straightforward email process. It wasn't anything convoluted. You could set this up in probably an hour. If you've done it before, it wouldn't even take you that long. So the retargeting, pretty simple ad. I only saw it on my phone. I never actually saw it on Facebook. So I don't know if she was only targeting mobile only, and I didn't check. If you're not familiar with it, you can go here to these three buttons and click why am I seeing these ads, and it'll kind of break down why. In her case, I'm sure it's because I went to the page, but I didn't actually sign up yet. Again, that's one of those things you can do to kind of look and see what people are doing. Go visit a page and leave, keep it saved, see what kind of retargeting ads you get hit, whether or not it's just on Facebook, YouTube. I'm not on YouTube a lot, so I don't know if she was doing any ads on that. And then it's a reminder ad, right? It's you've already signed up for it. In this case, so she's probably doing it on a thank you page, the targeting. You've already signed up for it. Come take it. It starts at 8. By the way, I'm still running this special. Click here, and it takes you to the one-time offer again, right? Buy it. Come buy the replay. Come buy the workbook. So her retargeting ad is for people that signed up but haven't purchased yet. And then the delivery, really complicated here. People tend to overthink this quite a bit. They're like, oh, I need a membership site and everything else. No, she sends you to a password-protected WordPress page. That's it. It's in the email. It says, here's the link, here's the password, right? You type in the password and boom, you get it. The day I did it, you got this. The replay's already up now, by the way, it's there. So in place of this, but I like this because if somebody gets in, it lets them know, we're going to have your replay here. This is blank, this is something here. You're going to be able to do it. The bottom of it is the workbook. Download the workbook. It's a nice PDF. It's very well done. One thing that Sharon and her team do fantastic jobs of is clean graphics and the visual side of things. They've got a tremendous group of people that do it. So like I said, I haven't watched the webinar. I'm making the assumption that it is going to be both training and at the very end a pitch of here's the next step, because inside the workbook that you bought, on the very last page, which I've got here, ready for the next step, right? This is a way to move somebody on to the next one. So she's got a very limited beta group, Accomplishment Zone Founders Group. So these are for people that want some accountability to be able to get more things done. Look, here's the things you get right here. Weekly in a peer group, probably going to Facebook group because that's where most people congregate. Weekly Q&A calls, daily accountability emails, weekly training through the first 3 months. So for 3 months, you're getting a tremendous amount of focus from them. Now, they're kicking it off June 1st, so you probably still have a chance to get into this if you want it. I don't know if it's out there. I'm pretty sure the link, I don't know, I haven't looked to see. But go to, I'll put the link in case you're interested in it. You'll be able to join for an incredibly low monthly investment. So again, she is using a one-time sell to move people into a recurring revenue situation. Now, she is the head of an agency that does tremendous work. So the other thing that she's going to do, as these people become more successful at getting stuff done, guess what one of the things that you do to get stuff done better is that you learn to outsource it, right? You learn to put the right team. So if they're building a web-based business, guess who they're now going to be in very close relationship with, because Sharon has built that relationship with them. So if they go to launch a new project, guess who's going to be the logical thought to go, hey, you know what? Sharon does great work. Maybe I need to go to her and her team. Or, hey, Sharon, do you know anybody that does this? Oh, yeah, we do this. Can we take a look at what you got, right? This is the way that you take somebody through a progression from a free live training to a paid replay, which I think is brilliant just doing that, because it forces people, one, to get there live, two, to generate a little income. So if you are running ads, you can have a self-liquidating offer. The webinar delivers the training, takes care of that, but then also offers them the next step that you can eventually lead into further products. So if you click the Join Us Now button, it takes you to this, which is a kind of a sales pitch for it, right? It's not real complicated, but it's more of a little in-depth of a sales letter. I don't know if the webinar took you to the same sales page or if that was just a link for this, if it just took you to the payment. But I would assume it probably took you to this, right? So that you can go through and understand exactly what you're getting. You'll get beta group access with Sharon, starts June 1st. The deliveries will be all this kind of stuff. We're going to co-create the program, right? So you're going to give her feedback on what works, what doesn't work, and she's going to adjust as she goes. Goes down through there. On-demand training, you'll get 12 initial video and audio trainings from 10 to 30 minutes on different things with exercises. So again, it's you want to get stuff done. You go into a webinar about accountability, right? The accomplishment, getting stuff done. This is one way to do it. Live Q&A, private mastermind group, daily motivation and accountability. And again, she's using ThriveCart with 2 different checkouts. Either pay $97 a month and lock in your founder's pricing, or pay for 1 year and get it for $582, right? So both of those are, if you pay for a full year in advance. And you may be wondering why she would do that, right? Well, if you've run recurring revenue programs very much, you will realize that there is a thing called churn, right? As people come in, they tend to drop off. And no matter how good a program is, there are going to be people that join that don't continue. If you run one, you'll learn that there's certain breakpoints. Like, when do people most do it? A lot of people drop off after the first month because they get into it and they think, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm gung-ho. Think about it like a diet on New Year's Eve, right? New Year's Eve, everybody is, I'm getting in shape January 1st. January 5th, Mountain Dews and donuts, right? A lot of people drop off first month. 90 days is another big drop off. 6 months is another big drop off. Usually if you can keep people past 6 months, you can keep them pretty engaged and involved. So if you look at the 582, it's roughly 6 months worth of recurring revenue, right? So the number of people she'll be able to move from that 97 a month into the 582 is probably going to be significant from a dollar standpoint long term versus those that join at 97 and drop off after a month. Because it's not that big a difference, believe it or not, in people's minds to go from 97 a month to 582 to get the whole year, right? If you're looking to save and doing that. And then again, she's got some things down here at the bottom that I want to point out that I think are fantastic. One is support email, phone number. These things are fantastic to be able to build confidence when people are going to be spending money with you if they're not familiar with you. And then again, she's using ThriveCart as the checkout. You can see the coupon code here again, founders. Normal price is $11.64 if you got prepaid for the 1 year. If you click the monthly, this changes and you get a different one. So it's a really nice, clean, this is the embedded checkout that they have where it's right on the page. They never leave the page to be able to do this. So what is her tech stack, right? What is the stuff that she is doing? One is Facebook group, right? Or Facebook page post, whatever. She posted it on her personal profile page. She also posted it in a group that she runs, and she created an event. Events tend to not get a lot of traction because people don't know really how to respond to them, so they don't get used a lot. There are some ways to make it more effective, but you have to really focus on them, so they just don't get done a whole lot. WordPress, you know, it powers everything. A ton of websites that are out there. It's pretty easy to use. You get you a nice clean theme. The graphics and the look of it are more important, which Sharon and her team does fantastically. You want to be able to communicate with people, right? In her case, she's using ActiveCampaign, or at least I'm pretty sure she is, based upon the server that the email came from and being able to track that down. But ActiveCampaign is just one of many you could use just about whatever you wanted to. You could even use a Facebook Messenger bot like ManyChat or something like that to be able to do it. She delivered her webinar through Zoom. Zoom is a reasonably economic, very nice technological system that allows you to do webinars and probably even group coaching. So she'll be able to deliver the product that way. You could even do this entirely through Facebook almost. So you'd have a Facebook post that leads people to join a Facebook group. Inside the 3 questions for the group, you would get their email address so that you could go verify it. So it's a little harder to scale manually, but it's one way to do it. Deliver a Facebook Live video inside the group. After a certain period of time, you delete the live training inside the group. You take that video after you've downloaded it and you put it onto your WordPress site. So you could do it all within Facebook if you wanted to, for both the live part, getting the emails, being able to capture and everything else. It's a little more convoluted. It wouldn't work quite as cleanly, but it's something that you can do if you're worried about expenses or things like that. And then ThriveCart that I mentioned several times. It is, again, what I think one of the best carts out there, which is why my affiliate link is embedded in this, getbestcart.com. If you are interested in being able to do it, their special is going on, I think, for another week, maybe a week and 8 days, maybe not that long. I'd have to go look. He's been running it in beta one time for a little over 1.5 years, almost 2 years. It's Josh Bartlett, the team that brought you Easy Video Suite and quite a few others. They do really nice tech and they use it themselves, so they'll be coming around for a while. It's got some really nice features. You saw how clean some of the checkouts looked and those kinds of things. So the fact that it's got an automatic built-in affiliate system means you don't have to worry about using somebody else's system, right? You can do your own affiliates. You can do your own dunning if you're not familiar what dunning is. Dunning is where you're on a recurring revenue system and somebody doesn't pay, right? Like their credit card declines or it bounces or gets rejected or whatever. Dunning is a system where it will both retry your credit card a number of times and also allow you to send out a series of emails to say, hey, your credit card got declined. You know, are you still interested in this, right? So that you can do all that automatically. The more you can automate this stuff, the better you can roll and be able to scale things up. So if you've got any questions about this, let me know. Again, this was one of those things that I just wanted to put together really quick on how to do a quick and easy, create a webinar to create a product that's also part of your process flow. It's not really complicated. That password protected page I thought was brilliant. You know, it's like, I'm not going to worry about this for right now. I'm just going to put up a password protected page. You know, you pixel it so that you got Facebook and Google and everything else on that page as well, so people are landing on it but not going to the next one. You could run them an ad if you wanted to be able to say, hey, you know, did you not own this, or did you forget your password, that kind of stuff. You know, you could do all kinds of things to be able to reconnect with people. So again, this is a case study of Sharon Hayes' Accomplishment Zone webinar that she just put on recently. I have none of her numbers, so I don't know what her conversion rates were or anything else. But just from a concept standpoint, I thought it was pretty brilliant. So I wanted to let everybody know. Let me know if you got any questions. And again, getbestcart.com if you're interested in the ThriveCart lifetime one-time payment. It's like $5.95, I think. So it's not dirt cheap, but as a tool to run your business, it is phenomenal.